Hey guys, it's Night. How's it going? I'm here. I'm doing something very different from normal because I felt like it. I am doing a tier list of historical figures, and we have everyone here. Not everyone. We have Genghis Khan, Confucius, George Washington, Justinian. We've we've got everyone here. It's like Smash Ultimate, but with only 12 fighters. Anyway, I'm going to be putting all these guys into a tier list, and I think that we're going to start with Mussolini. Pretty terrible guy. He founded the fascist party. He was one of the main founders of the fascist party, you see. He was the prime minister of Italy until he was dismissed by the Italian crown. He wanted to bring the Roman Empire back to where it was under this man, right here. But, so, he became the leader of the Italian Social Republic, which was created by Hitler, and it was more of a puppet state. It was very short-lived. Neo-fascist parties, nowadays, don't like the Italian Social Republic. He was, however, a great leader for the wrong cause. C tier. Sargon, oh my goodness, this man was the first person in recorded history to have control of a full empire. And his empire was the Akkadian Empire, and his empire was ruled a century after his death. It ruled over most of the area in the Fertile Crescent, which, if you don't know, this is the Fertile Crescent. See? Sargon had most of that area. Not Cyprus, though, or any of Egypt. Anyway. Yeah, he's legendary in Neo-Assyrian culture. If you look him up, which you can using the sources that I placed in the description, he is actually a legend. Now, Hammurabi, you can't see his full face in that picture, but he wrote the famous Hammurabi's Code, and he was the 6th Babylonian king. They let him rule because they believed he was chosen by the gods. His code placed emphasis on physical punishment for crimes that were committed. I'm going to give him A tier, because he was the first one to have a written code of laws. Ooh, Augustus Caesar, the man that looks like Mark Zuckerberg. He was the founder of the first phase of the Roman Empire. His real name was Octavian. He was one of the most effective leaders in all of human history. I mean, he took over most of the Mediterranean Sea area, and he was the son of Julius Caesar, which is right here. In fact, I will show you the extent of his... He had all this. All that belonged to Augustus Caesar. Or, not this little bit right here, but that's not important. So, I'm going to give this man firm S+ rank for Augustus Caesar. Julius Caesar, his father, well, I would also give him S+, but he had a bit of a weakness to the senator class, if you get what I'm saying. He was a general and a politician, and he was actually one of the first people to give the veterans of his Roman Empire support for their service. He was an author, and he was actually a historian. I mean, this man that historians today regard as a great leader was a historian. Oh my goodness. Nero. He was the 5th Roman emperor. He was pretty terrible. He had a lot of marriages, including this one time he married a guy named Pythagoras, and not the math one, with the famous thing that said a squared plus c squared equals c squared. A completely different guy. He's famous for playing his harp while his empire was burning, and not doing anything to try and save the empire. D tier. Terrible, terrible leader. Justinian. Oh my goodness. This man's so cool. He was a Byzantine emperor. He created a set of laws that was better than Hammurabi's code. It gave less leeway to officials high up in the society. He built the Hagia Sophia, or the Hagia Sophia, I don't know how I pronounce that. That was the largest Christian church for over 1,000 years. He was also a Christian himself. His empire suffered severely because of Justinian's plague. He managed to take over much of Europe, but he expanded so much that he collapsed. He had all of this. All of this belonged to Justinian. Well, maybe not this little Africa part, but like a lot was Justinian's. I'm gonna give him A tier. Kublai Khan. Oh my goodness, this man is great. He was the fifth emperor of the Mongol Empire. He is the grandson to Genghis Khan, which is right here on the tier list. He his empire was huge. He was the first non-Han ruler to unite all of China, and he established the Yuan dynasty. I mean, we gotta zoom out to look at this man's empire. He had all of this. All of this belonged to Kublai Khan. Not down here. Or India, but he had a lot of good stuff. I'm going to give him a firm S tier. Because he did a lot of murders, which is why it's not S+. Genghis Khan. The founder of the Great Khan. This guy's grandfather. He murdered so many people. I mean, he is a founding father of Mongolia, but he killed millions. His most famous technique in battle was taking the bodies of the people who had died due to diseases and then catapulting them into towns just to spread disease. But he also spread culture, ideas, cuisines, items. He managed to unite all of the Silk Road, which is good and all, but he was terrible. B tier. He was, however, better than these two guys. Oh, Confucius. Oh, this man was great. He is a philosopher, he's a poet, he's a politician, he's the founder of Confucianism. His, Confucianism emphasized justice, morality, kindness, sincerity, family, unity. He was just a good man. S+ tier. Easily. King George III. This man, oh my goodness, he was terrible. He had all the colonies under his belt, but then he lost them, which was America, the East Coast, and he lost it. They say he was bipolar. He also lived to see the end of the Holy Roman Empire. This man had the entirety of the British Army on his side, and he lost to some ragtag America guys. D tier, terrible. George Washington. Oh, he was easily S+ tier. He managed to beat the British Royal Empire. I mean, he was a soldier, a founding father, a statesman. He was voted in unanimously into office twice. And he's been the only president so far to get unanimous votes. He was the only president so far to get unanimous votes into office. And he helped to ratify the U.S. Constitution. Firm S+ tier. Now, I know what you're going to say. Knight, didn't this guy have slaves? He did. But he was very, very troubled with this principle. He had all of the slaves that he owned. They were all free before his wife died. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you like this kind of content. I could do some more history stuff, because I like history. And if you like it too, then I'll just do more. Thank you so much for watching. If you're at this point in the video, you should subscribe and let me know that you like this type of content. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.